So today we're doing Google Ads versus local service ads. Gonna go over the differences. A lot of things on the sales floor I've heard isn't quite accurate, and I know there's also been a lot of questions you guys have had. What's that?
I said pointed out, like who said what that was inaccurate? I want to know, because if it's me, I want to change it up.
No, I haven't heard.
For us to improve.
Yeah, well, we're going to go over a bunch of things that have just been overheard pretty much. So in the training overview, this will help you understand the key differences between the two, Google Ads and local service ads, when to recommend each to whatever client or prospect is you're speaking with, which industries that are best served for Google Ads and for local service ads, how they work, and how to position them with clients effectively. All right, so what are Google Ads, also known as PPC, pay-per-click, which was an interesting one that I saw in a contract not long ago, pay-per-clip, which was Dennis's coined term, or pay-per-call ads. I've also heard that one in the past. So who can answer right now what Google Ads are?
Pay-per-click. Isn't it pay-per-click? Like Google Ads are, they're under local service ads. They'll put you to the top of the organic people that are ranking. They're sponsored ads from Google, and the way it works is you pay per click. Is what I understand.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's good. Google Ads are paid placements at the top and bottom of the search results page. Businesses bid on these keywords to show their ads when people search. All right. Key features of Google Ads. Text-based ads can include extensions, call buttons, site links, etc. Before we continue, let's just see. Anybody know what an extension is on a Google ad?
No.
It's like a phone number or an address or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a how would you word it really? But yeah, it's like
Call for action.
not well. It's similar. Yeah,
Additional information.
Another form of content. It's like another link. It kind of depends what it is, but
it's
like an example of what an extension would be, I guess.
Well, like a phone number could be an extension too.
I always think of like site links, about us pages.
So it's like a link that goes to their website, like a separate.
Well, site links are specifically geared towards the landing page or website, which are just. Let's just go to site links then. So site links, ad extensions are just like literally what it means. Like it's an extension of the ad, essentially. Like it's like a feature kind of thing, like an extended. I'm better at showing you guys than actually, like, I guess, explaining it verbally.
But does it actually go somewhere besides where the ad would take you, like another page of the website, or is it just like more information?
Here, let me see. Let me just show you an example.
I mean, I know exactly what it is. I'm just trying to think about it in my head too, because I just haven't seen this stuff in a while.
Yeah, like he was saying, like phone number. It's just something like almost like call to action, but it's like a I don't know how to really describe it. Like it's that. Like it's that. I can just show you. Like
yeah, like it's it'll pop up on some type of sponsored ad, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's do plumber near me or something.
I was just wondering if it actually would take you to another site. Or
that was from the picture of last week's training. Yeah.
Okay, so they're. I'm assuming site links.
Let's see. So this right here, these could be extensions. Sorry for charging them, but yeah, it's just that's essentially what it is. It's like something like that, or it could be the phone number. It could be like a piece of contact info, something like that. Anyways, I don't want to get tied up too much into that, but site links are just like
it's the headings below.
Yeah, subheadings, if you want to say like that. Yeah, it's the little. Well, this is technically a schedule appointment. It goes to the contact page. Why are there no Google ads? Like, they're all doing local service ads. How about this? I know one.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so yeah, these would be Okay, these would be one, two, three of these would be site links right there. Anyways, let's not get too overwhelmed. Or I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much, and I'm not explaining this very well. So, call buttons. Everybody knows what call buttons are. Yes, no.
Yes.
Calls to action. Everybody know what a call to action is. CTA, also known as. Okay. All right. So moving on from text-based, appear across Google search, display, YouTube, and shopping channels, platforms, networks, whatever. They're highly customizable by keyword, location, time, and audience. There's a lot of different segmentation, a lot of different ways you can break it out or target your desired audience. And you get charged on a pay-per-click model, PPC model, which, yes, every time somebody clicks on that ad of yours, a sponsored ad, you're going to get charged for it. Google ad types, Google search ads, which are online advertisements that appear on the search engine results page when a user searches for terms related to a business's keywords. Google display ads, visually engaging advertisements that appear on a vast network of websites, apps, and Google properties like YouTube and Gmail. Google shopping ads showcases products directly in Google search results and other platforms like Google Shopping. This is done through Google Ads and the Google Merchant Center platforms. You sync them together. You go ahead and create the product on Google Merchant Center, and yeah. And did you know YouTube ads are part of Google Ads? And even further, did you know there are 7 different types of YouTube ads that can be displayed on YouTube search results or on other websites within the Google Display Network. And
so you can actually show these pay-per-click ads on YouTube, or you can actually use that as like one of the.
Well, they're just different. It's just different.
They're totally different, though, right? YouTube ads, like they're not going to be on like the Google Ads network and then also on YouTube, right? Is it like one or the other, or is it going to be?
Well, display ads and YouTube ads, they're not the same, but they're similar. It'll go
Right.
default to display ads if it's off platform, but yeah.
Right. Okay.
Google Ads, when to recommend for broader service areas, when brand awareness is also a goal, for retargeting, shopping, or video campaigns, when the client wants full control over keywords and ad copy, if they really want to like pinpoint or do one specific service that obviously doesn't qualify for local service ads. And this time I won't skip the questions. I'll just ask you directly. Who can explain what Google search ads are? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I just went through that. My bad. I put those slides backwards. Again, I rushed to finish this before 2 o'clock, so it's a little sloppy. All right, moving on, man. What are local service ads? Also known as LSA, Google Guaranteed, Google Screened. Who can answer what local service ads are?
They're zip codes. Those are ads that are for specific zip codes. And you can pay to go into different zip codes.
Yeah, I mean, you can, yeah. Going back to Google Ads, that just triggered a question that I do. Well, not a question, but something I do hear often. Is it wise to tell a client they're not ranking for their zip code on Google Ads?
I would think so. I mean, no, not for Google Ads, but just put myself in that situation when I usually tell a client where they're ranking is because they need to run Google Ads, not necessarily, they're running Google Ads and they're ranking. I don't know. I don't understand the question.
Well, on the back end, we can choose location to, have the ads run in specific zip codes. But when they say like, I hear Adam often say like, Google yourself in like 33428 or something like that. Nobody's searching. How many times? Well, let me ask you another question. How many people in here, by a show of hands, have ever searched for a term and then followed it by a zip code? Not a damn person in here. Don't lie. No, you haven't. Have you really? Since you've been here or before you're here? Okay, but just saying like, yeah, I'm saying like in general, not just, yeah. No, nobody does that.
I just use it either by town or by city.
Yeah, typically. It's also not wise to Google yourself for SEO purposes. You don't want to click on your thing and then just close it out. Or, it's just, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole. But
you don't want to Google yourself from your own.
You just don't want to do it unless.
But you could do that. You could Google yourself from somebody else's computer.
Well, just don't do it. Don't do it. Nobody Google us.
I don't know.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna like spend some time on the pages and clicking through shit and all that. Otherwise, it's gonna affect all that. So don't do it.
I didn't think about that.
Um,
I thought the whole point of like doing Google near whatever zip code is to see like reflect what it would look like if somebody in that area would do
No.
whatever keyword near me.
It does it by geolocation data and all that. Like if you ever see those little prompts that say allow, like Google wants to know your location or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing to do. You can put in whatever you want. You could. All right. A good example of this. A few years ago, with swamp mosquitoes, and I was typing in like mosquito mister or something like that in Mexico and Canada, and he's calling up swamp mosquitoes saying, "Hey, you're showing number one in these areas in Mexico and Canada." It's like you're supposed to. You're only in Florida. Like what is your team doing? And that's why knowledge is power, because once you know that they use geolocation data for a lot of those search results, it doesn't matter what the hell you type in there, zip code or otherwise, it ain't going to matter.
Going based off
You're getting where you are.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still get results from the place you enter, but you're also going to, a lot of the ad stuff, you're going to see based on where you're at.
So is that why it's probably wise to go into incognito mode to do that if you are doing stuff like that?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I actually have not used incognito mode to see how that impacts ads. I'm sure it's still.
I've seen that on the floor, so I was curious. I figured that's a reason why.
Try it out.
So that's probably something to combat what you were just saying, to go into incognito versus using our precise location.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Good question. I'm not sure. Local service ads are pay-per-lead ads that appear above Google Ads for local services. They only show for certain industries and are based on proximity and trust, which is done through your Google Business Profile, the review score, the review count, all that good stuff there. So unlike pay-per-click, this is pay-per-lead. So it doesn't matter if somebody clicks on your local service ad, you're not going to get paid for that. So that's one of the benefits for local service ads. I always would prefer local service ads over Google Ads, just because a lot of clients they're going to spend a lot of money in the first 3 months and not see a whole ton of results, and they're going to not be so happy. Key features of local service ads: show the business name, reviews, the Google Guaranteed badge. No keywords are done through here. Google matches you with relevant searches. Charge on a pay-per-lead model, like we just discussed, not clicks. Phone call or form submission equals a chargeable lead, unless it's like something way off topic or something you guys don't provide, then you can dispute it and all that. But let's start with these questions first. So the first one is, what's the difference between Google Screened and Google Guaranteed?
It's the same thing. Just Google Guarantee is for like the blue collar businesses, and the Google Screen is more for doctors, lawyers.
Yeah, pretty much. The other difference is that Google Guaranteed does provide some kind of insurance for your service up to $2,000, which we'll get to in a little bit.
As I was going through the list yesterday, it looks like there is some blue collars that is involved in Google Screen as well. Am I tripping? Because at one point we were saying that, but if I could grab the list real quick. But I want to say,
like electricians, maybe.
Yeah,
or
there's some blue collar.
Yeah.
That goes against the theory of Google Screen is just for white collars.
I thought that like electricians or something like that was Google Screen.
I think plumbers.
No, they're Google Guaranteed. Plumbers are
they're coming up as Google Guaranteed, the electricians.
How can you find out who qualifies for local service ads?
Look at how many reviews they have, and then if they have 15 reviews, they qualify.
The license.
Yeah.
It means like just like the industry you mean? It's like the industry you mean? Is it like Google has a pretty good page for that, right? You can look on.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bookmarked. I forget what it is.
Yeah. All right. How do you determine? We're going to answer these in a minute, but how do you determine a client's local service ads budget?
The cost per lead. That's how many jobs they want.
Okay. What's the process of creating the local service ads account? What's typically needed, or what's the process like?
I just get their license, insurance. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to do it. Beyond that,
What's the question?
What's the process of creating a local service ads account?
Process?
Mhm.
Don't they gotta be insured or licensed? They gotta go through a background check.
Mhm. Do we vet the leads?
We qualify them, right? We listen to the recorded calls.
Okay.
If that's what you mean, as far as qualifying them, is that what you mean by
Yeah.
vetting them?
Mhm.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
yeah, they're all recorded.
Of course. So that's what we sell them on.
And then-
LSA.
Yeah, this last one I've already was Google the guarantee and how does it work? I already touched on that. But do you need a landing page for Google for local service ads?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, landing page,
What?
definitely.
No, you don't. You don't need one
No.
for local service.
Definitely not.
No, you don't.
For pay
I
per
thought
click.
for Google
pay per click,
Ads.
that's
For
what
Google ads,
Yeah.
you drive.
For Google ads, you do. Local service ads, you don't.
You don't have to drive traffic.
No.
Now, what is needed for local service ads to run it?
License.
Aside from the account setup, like what else is needed?
It's
In order to run
business
brick and mortar?
Google business profile, and anybody know how many reviews you have to have?
3 or 5? Or
15.
3, right?
Is it 3?
It's 3, but
We really could go that little 3, huh?
mhm.
So I was about to say, like, I thought we wanted it to be more because based off of the reviews, that's where they're.
Well, it's better for more.
Yeah.
But like the minimum is 3. Yeah.
Oh, so I was not even pushing that when they weren't on 3. I thought like 15, 40.
Well, ideally, you'd like to have a good number of reviews and a score over like a 4.4. But they can still technically run it as long as they have
And
3.
it'd still be way a bit more, assuming more beneficial versus PPC, no doubt, right?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Okay.
So Google Screen primarily focuses on verifying professional service providers like lawyers and real estate agents, while Google Guaranteed offers a satisfaction guarantee and is more common for home service providers like plumbers and electricians. And as far as how you find out who qualifies for LSA, you can use Google's LSA compliance lookup tool on the LSA homepage. Or if you really want to know an answer, you can consult with Charlotte. No, just kidding. Just consult with the Google Ads representative. Because if you call Google Ads, man, they'll actually pick up because they want to sell you something.
I'll
Or
tell you.
yeah, don't call for organic. They're going to pick up, man. How do you determine the budget? Again, you can use Google's LSA compliance lookup tool on the homepage. But I would say the absolute minimum should be $250 a week, and ideally $350 a week or higher, preferably.
So 1,000 is better for budget.
A month, yeah, at least 1,000. I prefer 1,500, but
We're
1,000.
selling these people a lot less than that usually.
Yeah,
too,
we're telling
right?
them at least 500.
No, I mean we're signing accounts for a lot less than that though, right? These for local service ads, right?
For local service ads, their budget's low too.
Everybody is really low budget.
I know Google Ads are like
I mean,
super
I
low.
just saw Nathaniel had a sale for like $6,000. I imagine that was local service ads. You know.
Yeah.
I guess that's not the budget's not included in that. Obviously, that's
No.
just our fee, right?
Yeah, it's
I
just
mean,
our fee.
so okay, yeah. So obviously, I guess that's just not shown on there on the sales. So, but is that what you guys are seeing? Are they at least coming in with like $250 a week on the
No.
sales we get for the LSAs?
No.
Yeah, so it's like a lot lower than that, right? Like $100 a week, or
They're coming in and telling me that they can't spend more than $50 a week, and then
So-
I have to literally
50 a
So
week.
what happens-
Oh my goodness.
yeah. So what happens? Charlotte?
less
You
than
get
10
the
I
bucks.
spend-
It's fucked,
Like
right?
$8
I spend like
$8 a
5
week,
hours
Seven
in the week
bucks a week.
making sure that people don't go over budgets. That's essentially what I do.
But does it work though? When it's spent
No.
$50, it doesn't work,
No.
right?
But it's the same difference as spending $10 a day on Google Ads. It's kind of just like
So I
Throwing
wondered
money
about
at the
this a
wall.
lot. You know,
Yeah.
like I just don't see it working. I just wonder what happened. You know, what was happening with them.
So I thought that's what we were saying. Like, but for Google Ads, it's still like I would say like a Chipotle bowl, coffee, or something like that. So we want them to spend at least. So it's not 10, 15 bucks. It's more like 20, 50
50.
for both sides.
Yeah, the ratio I've always used that's never really gained traction here, even though it's been years since saying it, is $1,500 a month for local service ads is what their budget should be. And ideally for Google Ads, it should be like 3,500.
1,500 a month, you said?
1,500 a month
Oh,
for their budget.
1,500 a month.
For local service ads, 3,500 a month for Google Ads. If they can hit those two numbers, they're going to do pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
People don't
be
understand that.
crying.
You know, they get scared to death.
They be
tell them
crying
$50
for-
a day.
our retention.
But that's just what it is. I mean,
Tell them to fire an employee and then they're going to break even. Just keep it simple as that. Like, hey, man, let somebody go. Like, you don't need a janitor. Just let them go. You clean the toilets for a month and let's see what happens. Let's just break it down. Like simplify it for them. They'll
so 1,500
in a way they can get it.
LSA, 3,500 for Google. Google Ads.
Yeah.
Yes.
at a minimum.
Ideally. I mean,
Budget.
you're not going to find many they're going to pay that, but ideally, that would really work well for them.
Is that per week?
A
Month.
A month?
Yeah. Do we vet the leads? No. Dean should be here for this class because he does say that. Charlotte, you've heard him say that a lot, right? So listening to the phone calls, you can still do, but just we can't dispute them anymore, right?
So we can't dispute them. We can rate them, and we can say this was a bad call, but I don't get the call before the client. The client gets the call
Of course. Yeah, of course. Doesn't make any sense. You get it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Call-
we're
you're not
not
gonna call.
vetting anything. They're
So-
still getting the call.
Right.
So when we
It'd
say
be impossible to
like you only pay for qualified leads,
That is true.
That's true.
They
Yeah.
will only pay for qualified leads, but it's an AI Google whatever.
Google determines whether or not it's a quality call.
also
Yeah.
us listening don't really.
Us-
Not anymore. It used
yeah,
to.
It
It used to. They changed it.
Now they
we
just
gotta
use
take
AI.
that out of the pitch.
They just use AI.
Well, you can still say, like,
Transcribe it.
That
It's qualified. It gets qualified, but we're not gonna say it's recorded and we listen to it.
well, it is still recorded,
Yes.
and we can still listen to it.
Yes.
We just can't dispute it.
Right, because AI is involved.
But we could tell them what numbers came through for that month, and then if they didn't book, give them a ratio of at least what they're looking at.
So do they get, let's say, for instance, do they get money back for some, like, are you running into scenarios?
They get refunded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get refunded.
Okay.
Is it fair? Do you think? I mean, does it work?
I would say, yeah.
If
it's
like someone
pretty
calls them not related at all,
good. Yeah, they get
they
their
won't
money back.
charge them for that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
There's actually a class action lawsuit going around for Google and monopolizing the ad space for search results.
What a surprise!
Yeah, it's ongoing. I'm not sure exactly all the specifics of that, but if you Google it, it'll probably show up.
Like, who's Yahoo and who's Bing? I mean, who's using that?
We used to run Bing ads for a long time, up until a couple years ago. We had about 6 or 7 clients that used to run
But they haven't.
Bing ads.
I would
It's the
say
same
that
thing.
Google's at least at 80% market share, no?
Well, going back to Swap Mosquitoes, they actually did pretty well with Bing ads, believe it or not.
They have a market share.
Older homeowners,
Excuse me?
they'll sometimes click when they get a new computer. They click on this little guy right here, and then that's their thing because this little guy doesn't come standard on there. So they don't know any better. Man, just going on that thing, searching. Yeah. But yeah, Bing ads are probably numbered. I think probably the next generation is not going to be using that. Let's see. Okay, so what is the Google guarantee and how does it work? Google provides a refund to customers who are not satisfied with the quality of work provided by a business they booked through Google local service ads. So Charlotte just told me this too. I didn't know this, but I knew they had to be booked through the platform, but I did not know that. I don't want to. Should we even say this? Because I don't want this to be a thing. I don't want it to be a thing either. I don't want people telling clients to call and that's gonna be. Maybe you should just bypass. Let's just stop talking about it. Never mind. So they just must be booked.
I'm curious. I want to know.
Yeah.
What is it though? I mean, just
I wouldn't put it in your pitch.
Yeah, don't put in the pitch,
Yeah.
please.
just so we know what the hell y'all talking about.
I would
All
not put it in the pitch at all, and I'm being serious when I say this. I essentially, if Kareem is running a local service ad and I call Kareem, I say to Kareem, hey, can you come fix my toilet? He says, yes, he's coming on June 3rd at 2:00. Google ads can hear that, local service ads can hear that. Okay, cool. He comes, he does the job completed. If I was to mark that job as booked, let's say Kareem busts a hole through my wall. I can contact Google because that is now a booked lead in their system, and they will give me my money back because of that.
Oh wow.
It's like insurance.
It is
I
insurance.
thought that was one of the things of the service, the known thing.
It's only if they book it as a booked lead in the platform. So they would have to let us know that they booked the lead.
We have to change the status to booked or mark it as
Yes.
booked. But but take that information and just forget it. Because we don't have time to be doing that right now. Maybe one day. do you need a landing page? No. I want to recommend for local service providers in eligible industries. Again, you can refer to that homepage, local service ads, and you can check that list, or you can contact a Google Ads representative to help you find that information out. Clients with strong reviews and fast response times. So, for example, if somebody leaves your client a review, respond to that right away. That's a response time. If they answer the phones and they don't want to go to voicemail, that's response time. A lot of variables that weigh into that as well. When the client has a limited ad budget, but they want calls now, faster than Google Ads, I would presume, once it's set up anyway. That's a good way to go. So like I always say, I prefer to set a client up with local service ads if they qualify, as opposed to Google Ads. Ideally for roofers, plumbers, attorneys, HVAC, etc. You know the list on and so forth. So here is local service ads, a little snapshot here. This is for personal injury attorneys in Boca. And this is Google Ads right down here, this little guy. So local service ads does have a higher priority in search results. Any questions about what you're seeing here, local service ads compared to Google Ads?
I do. I mean, so the local service ads can just be like the business profiles, other than just Google guaranteed, and basically those are. I didn't realize that those were local service ads as well.
Yep, that's it.
It's not really an ad; it's just their business.
No.
Well, I don't want to get it confused with this either. Like
The Google guarantee.
so, I don't want to get confused with this. Like this is not Google guaranteed here. These are other Google business profiles, but and this is a Google ad. This is going to confuse you now probably.
Okay.
But
Right there, that URL, that website is a Google ad.
This is Google ad also.
No, under
There's
it.
no Google
No,
guarantee.
Where?
that one. We beat the
Yes,
that's
yeah.
Google ad.
Google ad also. Yep.
Yeah, it says sponsored. It says
Oh, look.
sponsored to that.
Site links,
Sponsored will be Google guarantee.
call to action. It's also an extension also.
You said no.
Yeah, but this is local service ads right here. That's why it feeds off the Google business profile. You don't need a landing page or anything. You can interact, send a message, or call them right there from your mobile phone, or if you have a call app on your computer from your computer. All right, recap and cheat sheets. Okay, Google ads versus local service ads, side-by-side comparison. Again, placement we discussed. Google ads are below local service ads. These are the top of the search results. The cost amount, pay-per-click, pay-per-lead. Full control. You do have more control in targeting with Google ads. This is pretty much basic, like it's or broad, I should say. Ad formats. Again, this is all business profile. This you can actually create the ad itself. See, lead type, industries, the setup, review factor. Okay, so roofing, there's just a few that I did here. Local service ads, preferably. Why? High intent local searches, call driven. Med spa, Google ads. A lot of them have and even that's a little tricky too if you get into Botox and stuff, but essentially Google ads, visual, informational, broader keywords. Plumbing, local service ads, financial advisor, Google ads. I'm going to do a little bit of role play here real quick. I didn't have time to add these to the slides, so I just printed them out. Okay. All right. So I'm a personal injury lawyer in Miami. I want more phone calls. What do you guys recommend I should do?
Guarantee all the way.
100%. Yep. All right. Number 2. I'm a skincare brand that ships nationally. What would you guys recommend? This is going to be a little tricky.
Local, PPC, right? SEO or PPC?
Google. Yeah, we're just doing paid ads now. Google ads and local service ads.
So PPC.
Yep. So definitely skincare products. I just want to hear if everyone picked up on the product word. So yeah, it'd be Google ads. You can do search ads too, but definitely the shopping ads for any kind of products, any kind of e-commerce based business. I run a local HVAC company. My budget is limited. What do you guys recommend for that?
Guaranteed.
Yep. Okay. What if a prospect on the phone says, "What if I only want to pay for real leads?"
Guarantee.
And why? What would you tell them?
Yeah, it'll take some time to get verified, but as far as paying for leads, it's a pay per lead model versus a pay per click.
Yeah, and they're verified calls. Like Google will, refund them if it's a shit call, essentially.
What was the one you said before that when Ross said guaranteed? I didn't hear it.
He said Google Shopping. Talking about?
No, the one after that. You said something I didn't hear. I was just
HVAC?
Oh, the HVAC.
I guess. Oh, the HVAC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like AC, refrigeration, all that. Yeah. So how fast? Okay, this Charlotte like this one. What's the typical timeline for Google Ads from when the client signs the agreement? No. From when the client completes their onboarding form. What's the timeline from once we receive the onboarding form until their ad goes live?
3 to 6 weeks.
No, 7 to 10 days, right?
No.
7 a week.
I was thinking of guarantee.
Anybody else? So ours is 3 to 5 business days.
Oh, wow.
Business days. So Saturday and Sunday don't count. So 3 to 5 business days. I'm going to send you guys all this too. For local service ads, it takes approximately 2 weeks once we do the background checks, license, insurance verification, all that nonsense. Get all that out of the way.
I thought it was like 2 to 4. So
Yeah. It varies. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's.
varies.
Let's see. If a prospect asks you do I need both? Like, do I need Google Ads and local service ads? How would you respond to that?
If you want calls immediately,
Let's say they qualify for both. Let me set that up as a.
as far as having to qualify for both, meaning they have landing page and a sufficient amount of reviews to be on Google Guarantee.
Yeah, and their business type is eligible for local service ads too.
Right. Shoot, wouldn't that be a good thing? I mean, because Google Ads is going to give them a mix, but it'll start, picking up immediately. Like within a week, his phones will start ringing. Is what I usually push. I actually try to do that.
Within a week after his ad starts, he may get some calls. That may not all be good calls though. It takes 90 days for the Google Ads campaign to like fully optimize to where it's going to spit out like a consistent volume of quality leads. It's kind of a mixed bag. And the example I always use with clients too is that like if they're a moving company, inside the first 90 days, you might get calls for people looking to rent U-Hauls, things like that. You're gonna get a mixed bag of stuff. So it does take 90 days for it to optimize efficiently or effectively to get a consistent quality call volume coming through the business.
So what's the scenario where we would push or recommend like doing both PPC and?
Yeah. So what I was going to get to is if they have the budgets. If they don't have the budgets or their monthly marketing,
like $2,000 a month.
I guess it really varies. Depends on what industry they're in and all that. But if they can afford to do both, I guess let's say, I don't know. Let's say their budget's $3,000 a month, and they want to do both. They could do both, even though it's kind of pushing it a little bit with the budgets. But they could. Ideally, what you would do is Google Ads. You would do more like brand awareness or just build that visibility. And then for local service ads, you would try to capture the high intent search-based terms that are relevant to the services or their offerings or whatever that they provide. Let's see. What do you think? No, that's okay. Okay, let's do some just quick on this too. Just performance benchmarks. Actually, let me preface that with asking this question first. Does anybody know what a click-through rate is? Okay, we're not going to do this.
As far as like the amount of times a person clicks on their ad, probably, or go through it, like click their profile and go on their website or something. I don't know.
No, it's well. Yeah, it's okay. I don't want to go too deep into some of this.
Is it worth knowing though for us to do our?
No, not for some. No. This is more just like metrics to like reporting and shit like that. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Since we're on the topic, if you don't mind me asking, what the hell is it click through? Because now my mind is just spinning.
Yeah, it just tracks like people's like interaction on your site or landing page or whatever. I mean, that's really what it breaks down into.
How many clicks?
So that means how many touches the landing page is received?
That's not good. No, it's all good. I don't want to kill you guys. Does anybody have any questions as far as what we covered so far? Sorry, this is a duplicate slide here. This one we used last week.
Thank you, Chris, for helping us prepare for the test. I just want to make sure, are we allowed to use the cheat sheets?
What's that?
Yeah.
She's joking.
Yeah. What cheat sheets are you referring to, though?
To help us with the test.
Oh, I thought you meant because we actually had
Cheat sheets.
a cheat sheet.
The
So,
cheat sheet.
yeah, you threw me off there.
I have a question for for LSA. If it's a roofer or plumber, would you always want to get them Google guaranteed, or would they ever have an LSA where it's not Google guaranteed? But
LSA is
for plumbers and electricians, like if they can be Google guaranteed, we want to push them and encourage Google guaranteed, right?
Well, yeah. If they can qualify for that, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody know the difference between local service ads and Google guaranteed?
I would appreciate more of the difference.
Or I'll even throw a bigger curveball. What's the difference between Google guaranteed? No, I don't want to go too crazy. All right, what's the difference between Google guaranteed and local service ads?
Local service areas are the sponsored ads. And
PPC versus PPL, right?
What's Google guaranteed?
PPL.
What's local service ads?
PPC.
Okay.
Wait, my bad. What'd you say? Did you throw me off?
What is local service ads? What model?
Google guaranteed Google screen, so PPL.
Exactly. So there's no difference. No difference. It's kind of a trick question. I just wanted to see where we're at.
Local service ads is just the actual service name. Google Guaranteed and Google Screen
Just the
are
badge.
the badges.
Mm-hmm. The green
So
check.
Google Guaranteed, think of it that they can guarantee, when you get a plumber, an electrician, you guarantee you trust that they're going to be legitimate. Screen, doctors, your lawyers, those people have qualifications behind them.
Okay, so there could be plumbers that are on local service ads that just didn't get Google guaranteed, but they're
No.
still doing.
No, you need the
They
badge to run
They
it.
need the badges to run their ad campaigns.
It's
So
for
you
Google
cannot,
guaranteed.
yes,
But
you
if they're
cannot.
not Google guaranteed, then
it's
they
hot.
can do local service ads.
Then they're just not doing local service
They're
ads.
not.
Yeah,
Okay.
that just means that they're not running that ad itself.
But I'm thinking about people that maybe not have a license or
They are
don't
not
have a social
eligible.
security number.
They are not
can't-
eligible. They're
Yeah.
not even eligible for the program. They need a social security number. They
Right.
need licensing. They
So
need.
immediately, then they're pay per click.
They are paper.
Yeah. But they have to have they still have to have a legit business, like
Yes.
certified with the state and all that they operate
They
in.
need to
Yeah.
have a business
For Google
license from whatever state they're in.
Okay, but the crucial things are the license and social security. Those would be like the
The license and insurance for
Right.
local service ads.
Okay.
They need to have social security number to do the background check.
right. Okay, I'm just curious because I'm speaking to some people, they might not have those. So
Yeah.
if I get involved with that whole thing, I should just sell them.
I will say,
without getting into the whole
I don't know.
thing to find out that they can't do it anyway.
Yeah, honestly, I'm being real, and I'm sorry this is going to come off really bad. Do not sell to anybody that doesn't have a social security number.
That don't sound bad.
Right.
Yeah, because they.
Has that happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they may also need it for Google Ads to verify themselves. So I would sell to people that have legitimate businesses with the state
Okay.
and have a social security number with the United States of America.
Sure. Okay.
Cool. Any other questions, anybody? No? All right. All set. Cool. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.